Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Emily, where English is easy and enjoyable. I am so happy you are here today. Thank you so much for listening and spending your time with us. On this channel, English with Emily, we help you learn English for daily life, step by step, in a calm and friendly way. Today, we will talk slowly, clearly, and naturally so you can listen, understand, and feel more confident when you speak English. Thank you again for being here, and let's start today's episode.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Emily. I'm really happy to be here again. Thank you for listening to us today. I hope you are feeling good and relaxed right now.
Today, Josh, we will talk about something many people feel, something very common. Our topic is fighting social anxiety. Social anxiety means feeling nervous or afraid when we talk to people, meet new people, or speak in public. Many English learners feel this, especially when they speak English.
Yes, that's very true. I feel this sometimes too. Even now, as an adult, I can feel nervous when I talk to new people or when I speak in front of a group. So if you feel this way, you are not alone.
Exactly. And today we want to talk like friends. We want to share simple ideas, real-life examples, and easy English that you can use every day. We will repeat ideas and explain them slowly so you can feel comfortable.
Emily, maybe we can start by talking about daily life. For example, work or study. Many people feel social anxiety at work or at school.
Yes, that's a good place to start. For example, at work, some people feel nervous when they talk to their boss or their coworkers. They worry about making mistakes or saying the wrong thing.
I remember when I started my first job. I felt nervous every morning. When I walked into the office, my heart beat fast. I thought, what if I say something wrong? Or what if people don't understand me?
I felt the same when I was a student. In class, when the teacher asked a question, I knew the answer, but I was scared to speak. I worried about my voice, my grammar, and my pronunciation.
This feeling is social anxiety. It is fear in social situations. It can happen when you talk, listen, eat with others, or even say hello.
Yes, for example, imagine you go to a cafe. You want to order coffee. You think, I want a coffee, but you feel nervous. Your hands feel cold, your voice feels small.
That happens to many people, but the good news is we can fight social anxiety slowly, step by step. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to start small.
That's very important. Start small. For example, you can start by saying hello to one person, just one word, hello. This is a small step, but it is a good step.
Yes, and when you say hello many times, it becomes easier. Your body learns that it is safe. Your mind learns that nothing bad happens.
I like that idea. Your body learns and your mind learns. That is very true. Social anxiety is not only in the mind, it is also in the body.
Exactly. When I feel anxious, my shoulders are tight, my breathing is fast, so I try to breathe slowly. I breathe in slowly and I breathe out slowly.
Breathing is very helpful. When you breathe slowly, your body feels calmer. When your body feels calm, your mind feels calm too.
Emily, maybe we can give a simple breathing example, something very easy.
Sure, for example, you can breathe in for 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, then breathe out for 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. You can do this before you speak.
Yes, you can do this at work, at school, or before you meet someone. No one will know. It's very simple and very helpful.
Now, let's talk about daily routines. Many people have social anxiety in their daily routine, like going to the supermarket.
Oh, yes, the supermarket is a big one. You may need to ask, where's the rice? Or how much is this? Simple questions, but they can feel hard.
When I feel nervous, I practice in my head first. I think, where is the rice? I say it quietly to myself. Then I feel more ready.
That's a great tip. Practice before you speak. You can practice at home, in the mirror, or even in your mind.
And it's okay to speak slowly. You don't need to speak fast. Slow English is good English.
Yes, slow is good, clear is good, simple is good. People understand you more when you speak slowly and clearly.
Another daily situation is talking about food, for example, eating with friends or family.
Yes, sometimes people feel anxious when they eat with others. They worry about how they eat, what they say, or when they speak.
I understand that. When I feel nervous, I focus on listening. I listen to the other person. I nod my head. I smile. This helps me feel connected.
Listening is very powerful. You don't always need to talk a lot. You can listen, smile, and say small things like, yes, I see, or that's nice.
These small sentences are very useful. For example, that's interesting, or I like that too.
Yes, and these sentences are easy to remember. You can use them at work, at school, or with friends.
Now let's talk about study and learning English. Many English learners feel social anxiety when they speak English.
I hear this a lot. Learners say, I'm scared to speak because my English is not good.
I want to say something very important. Your English does not need to be perfect. Communication is more important than perfection.
That's right. People want to understand you. They don't look for mistakes. They listen to your message.
When I learned another language, I made many mistakes. I said the wrong word, I used the wrong tense, but people were kind.
Most people are kind, and if someone doesn't understand, you can repeat. You can say it again in a different way.
For example, if you say, I go shop yesterday, and someone looks confused, you can say, yesterday I went to the shop.
That's a great example. You repeat and change a little. This is very helpful.
Repetition is good for learning. When you repeat, you learn. When you repeat, the listener understands better too.
Now let's talk about feelings. It's okay to say how you feel.
Yes, for example, you can say, I feel nervous, or I feel shy, or I feel a little anxious.
When you say you're feeling, it can make you feel lighter, and the other person may understand you more.
I agree. Sharing feelings builds connection. It helps people feel close to each other.
Emily, what about plans? Many people feel anxious when they make plans with others.
That's true. For example, you want to say, do you want to have coffee tomorrow, but you feel nervous.
You can keep it simple. You can say, do you want coffee tomorrow? Simple and clear.
And if the answer is no, that's okay. A no is not a bad thing. It just means not today.
Yes, a no does not mean they don't like you. It just means they have other plans.
That's very important to remember. Social anxiety often makes us think too much.
We imagine bad things that are not real, so we can practice thinking in a kinder way.
For example, instead of thinking, they will laugh at me, we can think, they will listen to me.
Or, it's okay to try, or, I am learning.
I love that. I am learning. That sentence is very powerful.
Now let's talk about the weather. This is a great topic for small talk.
Yes, talking about the weather is easy and safe. For example, it's hot today, or it's raining.
Everyone understands the weather. It's a good way to start a conversation.
And when you start, it becomes easier to continue. One sentence can lead to another.
For example, it's hot today, and the other person says, yes, very hot. Then you can say, I like cold weather.
Simple, natural, and friendly.
Now, family is another topic. People like to talk about family.
Yes, you can ask, do you have brothers or sisters? Or do you live with your family?
And you can share a little about yourself too. For example, I have one sister, or I live with my parents.
Sharing small information helps build trust. You don't need to share everything.
Small steps again. Always small steps.
Now, Josh, maybe we can talk about a small daily problem.
Sure, for example, being late.
Yes, when you are late, you may feel anxious, but you can say, sorry, I'm late, very simply.
Most people understand. Life happens.
Another problem is not understanding something.
Yes, and it's okay to say, sorry, I don't understand, or can you say it again?
These sentences are very important for English learners.
And they are polite and clear.
Before we finish, I want to say this to our listeners. Social anxiety is common. You are not weak, you are human.
Yes, and you are brave because you are learning and listening right now.
Take your time. Speak slowly. Practice a little every day.
Even one small sentence is progress.
Thank you so much for listening to English with Emily today. I am really grateful that you are here with us. I hope today's conversation helps you feel calmer and more confident when you speak English and talk to people in daily life. Please join us again next time for another episode of English with Emily.
Thank you everyone for listening. Take care, keep practicing, and see you next time. Goodbye.